test. In my classes, I have one examination which counts the same as all the rest, but the students take it 5 points at a time. And so we call it the never-ending test. So I give them a half a sheet of paper at the beginning of the class, and it has questions on it, sometimes open-ended, sometimes multiple choice. And since my class is Tuesday and Thursday, each day is worth 5 points. So the reason I do this is that, first of all, I give it first thing in class, so it encourages them to come on time, because they can't take it if they can't make it up if they come in late. Also, when I come into class, everybody's studying. So I love the idea of them getting down to what we're going to talk about in class and having that on their mind, making that transition from being out in the real world to being in my class and thinking about the content of the class. So then they take the quiz, and it also helps them see what kind of questions I ask and what I think is important. So from all the things we've talked about, they can see that these are the 5 points that I thought were the most important. The quiz is always over the content from the last class meeting. It's not on the reading, or it's not cumulative, but it's always on the content from the last time we were together. So they review their notes and prepare for this 5-point quiz first thing each class period. The other reason I like to give it is it highly discourages missing class. Because if they miss a class, they not only miss this quiz, but they miss the content of the next quiz. So by missing one class, they could potentially miss 10 points. I don't give makeup on these, but I do give 4 times a semester where I give a 10-point quiz. And the 10-point quiz, 5 points can be used to make up if they missed a quiz before. And if they haven't missed any quizzes, those 5 points can be used for extra credit. The other thing I like to do, the other reason I like this method is that it helps me see what students are getting and what they're not getting. So my class is a grammar class, and so it's a little bit technical. And if they misunderstand one part of it, then they'll build on that further misunderstanding of the rest of it. So I like to make sure that they're getting it on a class-by-class basis. There have been times when I have presented a concept in such an unclear way that the majority of the class did not do well on the quiz. And when that happens, we just put the quiz in the trash, and I present that material again, built on their questions of what they didn't understand before. We go over it all again, and then I give them another quiz on that same point. So it helps me know if I'm being clear. It also helps me know before the first big exam which students are struggling and which ones are ahead of the game, which ones know this or are mastering it quickly, so that I can provide extra help to people who are getting behind before waiting until a fourth or half the semester is over. So that's my rationale for giving the never-ending test.